It's only been 1 week of the college football season, but we still have to have Heisman favorites. I know all season my list is going to be changing on a week-to-week basis, but I think it's going to be fun to see every week who has the best chances of winning the award. So today I'm going to be sharing my Heisman top 10 list after the first week of the season. Before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to the channel. If you love college football content, then this is definitely the place for you. Also, drop a comment down below and let me know who your Heisman picks are. It helps the algorithm of the video and helps share it with more college football fans. Plus, I'd love to see who you guys have in your rankings. If there are any other college football videos you'd like to see similar to this, drop a comment down below and it very well can turn into my next video. So for my top 10, I'm taking into account what the preseason and current odds are as who has a legitimate shot at winning. I'm also going to be adding in a few players who had a great week 1 performance and I feel deserved to be on this list. Starting off today's list is a player who I never could have imagined cracking my top 10. Now everyone, please give me a moment. Okay. Coming in at number 10 on my Heisman list. Now granted, this is just after 1 week, so let's not get too excited. It's just, an early list. But it's Auburn quarterback Bo Nix. I know I've said in the past that Bo Nix will never ever sniff the Heisman conversation, but I have to give credit where credit is due. He looked great in week 1. He completed 20 of 22 passes for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns. It truly was one of the best games I've ever seen from him. Okay, now it's time to come back down to earth and realize that he was playing Akron, so it doesn't mean a whole lot. But this might be the only time this year that I can actually have Bo Nix inside my top 10. So, Bo Nix, if you're out there watching this video, go and prove me wrong and continue to be on this top 10. Up next at number 9 is Texas running back Bijan Robinson, who I believe has the best chance at winning this award from a non-quarterback. He was solid in his season debut for the Longhorns, as he rushed for 100 yards with a rushing touchdown while adding 4 catches for 70 yards and a receiving touchdown. This is such a quarterback-driven award, but I think that Bijan Robinson truly is the best player on his team, which will certainly help his case. If he's able to have a great game on the road at Arkansas this weekend and the Longhorns are able to win, he'll definitely be moving up for next week. Up next at number 8 is Taulia Tagovailoa, whose brother has some experience in the Heisman voting. I was very impressed by his outing against West Virginia this weekend. He completed 72% of his passes for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns, and had some clutch moments late in the game. I'm not quite sure how good the Terps are going to be in 2021, but if Taulia is able to build momentum off his performance, he definitely can get himself in the discussion moving forward. Number 7 goes to another player I never expected to be on this list, but here we are. Jack Coan from Notre Dame might have been my biggest surprise from week 1. All offseason, I've been bagging on the Irish for having him as their starting quarterback. Now, I don't think Jack Coan is an awful quarterback by any means, as he's proven it with Wisconsin in the past. I just don't think he's the right guy for a top 10 team looking to be a potential playoff threat. Well, he looked damn good in the first week. Now, maybe he just fooled me and was a one-hit wonder, but I'll give credit where credit is due. He completed 75% of his passes and threw for 365 yards with 4 touchdowns. Now, I know he's not going to perform like this on a week-to-week basis, but if he's able to put up some solid numbers and the Irish continue to win, Jack Coan very well could be a serious Heisman candidate. Matt Corral comes in at number 6, and he actually has the second best odds to win the Heisman at the moment. He looked great against Louisville, completing a very nice 69% of his passes for just under 400 yards with the touchdown. He also added 50 yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown as well. Matt Corral is going to put up some really good numbers this season for the Rebels, and he'll be near the top of the leaderboard for passing yards and passing touchdowns. But his Heisman chances are going to come down to Ole Miss's defense and whether or not they're able to allow fewer than 40 points a game, giving the Rebels a chance to win games. Before we get to the top 5, if you could take a second and give this video a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. I've been posting a college football video every day, and it helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. Number 5 goes to UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who really impressed me against LSU this weekend. Being a huge Pac-12 fan, I've watched my fair share of games from DTR over the years, and this was probably the best game I've seen from him. He threw for 260 yards and had 3 passing touchdowns. I really think this Bruins team can make some noise in the conference this season, and if that's the case, it's going to be because of Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Now, don't get me wrong, the Bruins look like they'll have one of the best rushing attacks in the nation, but I think it's all going to come down to DTR's play and whether or not the Bruins can make a run at the conference championship. Number 4 goes to the best rushing performance of the week, Kenneth Walker. The Wake Forest transfer had quite the debut for Michigan State as he rushed for 264 yards on 23 carries with 4 rushing touchdowns. He was essentially the entire Spartans offense on the night. Right away, you knew it was going to be a great night as he took a 75-yard run to the house on the first play of the game. I'm sure there are many other running backs who are going to join the Heisman conversation at some point this season, but for right now, Kenneth Walker is the leading man. Desmond Redder comes in at number 3, and he'll be in the conversation all season for Cincinnati. He completed 20 of 25 passes for 300 yards with 4 passing touchdowns, while also adding a rushing touchdown as well. Redder was one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the nation last season, and he didn't even finish top 10 in Heisman voting. I think he'll for sure be a top 10 finisher this season, and maybe even a finalist if he's able to lead Cincinnati to an undefeated season. Coming in at number 2 is CJ Stroud, who made his first career start for Ohio State. For it being his first ever start on the road at Minnesota, he was very impressive. He threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns on only 13 completions. Entering the 2021 season, Stroud was one of the betting favorites, and he currently is one of the favorites. It makes sense, as Ohio State is likely going to win out, and he'll be putting up some great numbers. It was nice to see Stroud actually perform though, and not rely on his preseason odds to help him get on this list. As you can see, there are some notable names from the preseason odds that aren't currently in my top 10, and that's largely due to them not showing up in week 1. Number 1 though on this list goes to another quarterback who made their first career start, Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. Just when you thought Alabama was done pumping out amazing quarterbacks, Bryce Young just might be the best one they've had this past decade. He completed 71% of his passes for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. Not only is he the heavy favorite on my list, but he's also the current favorite by the sportsbooks as well. Again, it's tough to really get ahead of ourselves since it's only week 1, but at the moment, it certainly looks like it's Bryce Young's Heisman to lose. I expect Alabama to finish the season undefeated, and we know that Bryce Young is going to put up some really good numbers the rest of the season. Well, those are my top 10 picks for the Heisman Trophy at the end of week 1. Again, I know it's been only 1 week, but we gotta start somewhere. Was there a player that I didn't mention that you think should be in my top 10? Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. I'll be posting college football videos all season long, so if you're a college football fan, then this is definitely the place for you. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if there are any other college football videos you'd like to see similar to this, comment down below and it very well could turn into my next video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.